This clip is brought to you by SaveWithConrad.com.
Hey, it's Bruce Prichard, and you're listening to Something to Wrestle With, Bruce Prichard. Our special guest this week is here to talk about December to Dismember that they weren't at. And tell everybody who you are, sir.
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. How are you, man?
Hey, I'm great. But we're not really doing the member to December.
We're not? What are we doing?
We're not. No, we're not doing that. I told you last week I wasn't there. I think, this is what I think. All right. Instead, I think that we should review this great movie that came out. It's called Armageddon. Steven Tyler was in it. Bruce Prichard was in it. All kinds of people were in it. You remember that movie?
I think
I could spend a lifetime here inside your world. I don't know the words. Just to say. And they had little giraffes in it and shit. Little mini giraffes in it, on the belly and shit. I got it all, man. You name it, I got it.
Well, there we go. Didn't expect that this morning. Well, hey, man.
I'm unexpectable.
Okay. I didn't know that was a word, but I'm going to start using it. I really like that. Unexpectable.
I'm unexpectable, by God. Dude.
So.
Hey. You just sell out the Superdome when you was born 3.5 hours after you was born.
I did not.
So fuck you.
That's true.
All right.
By the way, that is basically a sampling of what it's like to be friends with Michael Hayes.
Well, shit.
How many times has he asked you about selling out the Superdome?
I think only about 7,904 times. Maybe the fifth time was to a group of us, but me personally, 7,504.
Well, so there you go.
Here we go.
Well, boys and girls, we are going to attempt to talk about Armageddon 2006. We've sort of been going episodically through 06 this year and 1996, but when it comes to 06, we have briefly covered the December to Dismember episode or show on our WWE CW episode, where we talked about really the end of Paul Heyman in the WWE here, at least for a bit, on the heels of that disaster of a show.
Well, let's talk about what we know, at least so we can give them a little bit of that.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, what was the card? Was that the Elimination Chamber?
Yes.
Okay. So, as I told you the other day, I went to TV, and I actually had this talk with somebody last night. In general, God, it's a small world, small time frame. But the December to December,
something like that.
What's that?
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, that one, the ISWA show. I had some teeth problems going on, and like my face was all swollen up real bad, and I was in a lot of pain, and I was out of painkillers because I got like dry socket type gimmick going on, which is very painful if you've ever had your wisdom teeth pulled or shit like that. And even Stephanie McMahon felt very sorry for me looking at me because I was miserable, but I was there, by God. And she says, Bruce, what's going on with you? And I told her and showed her the thing. She goes, get out of here. Go. And we were thinking Grand Rapids, Michigan. We were in wherever Amway is. And I was at the Amway Hotel, which, if you ever get an opportunity to stay, is a very nice hotel off their campus there. And was able to get a prescription filled so that I could get out of pain a little bit. And then got a driver to drive me to Detroit, Michigan, so that I could take a nonstop flight home. So I never saw December to Mismember to December. And I don't think I could tell you anything about it.
I get it. It's a wrestling podcast, but he's saving us money on our mortgage. You really trust this process? The reviews don't lie. 5-star review after 5-star review. We make it fast, we make it easy, and it's no cost or obligation. Give us a shot to earn your business. I'm telling you, you'll be glad you did, especially if you like keeping more of your own money. You don't need perfect credit or money out of your pocket, so what are you waiting for? Hurry to SaveWithConrad.com.
Sorry. But that's why.
So Paul Heyman and Vince McMahon are going to split afterwards. And this is the third time. Obviously, it's not the last. Do you ever talk to Paul about this era of his run with WWE where it felt like he was sort of on again, off again with Vince?
Yeah, I mean, from time to time. I think it was a combination of things that A, Vince was done, and B, I think Paul had also burnt out in that very, very much like Bill Watts and Bill Watts had gone from having his own company to working for Turner and having to answer to someone, and that's a different gig altogether. And Paul, I think, being able to had no checks and balances at ECW, and now all of a sudden he has checks and balances in Vince, and he's got to change his ways as far as that goes. And I think that just didn't work out. I mean, it was just kind of a clash of styles, a clash of personalities, and I think Paul was phoning it in and didn't really care, because as soon as Vince would knock anything down, they became oil and water. Just didn't work.
You're building up 3 events at this time. You're starting to prep for the Royal Rumble. You've still got Armageddon. And on the Raw side, you're working on the New Year's Day Raw with Cena versus Federline. It's got to be kind of hard for Armageddon to not get lost in the shuffle, especially if you've got, a guy like Paul Heyman leaving. Creatively, it just feels like that's going to stretch you even more thin. Would I be wrong in assuming that?
No, because I think by this time, Paul had pretty much checked out. So it was almost addition by subtraction.
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money. It's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at SaveWithConrad.com.